guys, so this is strength session A for week 1 and 2. Our first group, or our first block of exercises, is our injury prevention stuff. So exercise 1, double leg landings. So we're going to start nice and tall on our tippy toes, and we're going to drop down into a squat position. And from the side. So make sure that our hips are back, knees not too forward over toes, and make sure that those knees don't come in on the way down. So keep those knees strong. So our next exercise is our single leg hop to stick. So we're going to have 3 on our right and 3 on our left. Again, same thing with this. Make sure your knee doesn't cave in. So keep your knee over your toe at all times. Three of those, make sure you stick that landing. So this one is our lateral hop to stick. So we'll be going from side to side. So working on lateral movement. Again, same concepts. Don't let the knee cave in. Make sure we're sticking the landing with our hips going back. Starting on one leg, jumping to the other. The last exercise in this block is just going to be a little bit of working on range of motion in our ankle. So important for our running, important when we're squatting. So you're going to find a wall, a bench, anything like that. You're going to have your toe a little bit far away from it, and we're trying to get that knee towards the wall or towards the pole, whatever it is you're using. Important thing here is to make sure that your heel stays on the ground. So knee towards the wall as far as you can, trying to increase that range of motion. Don't let the heel lift, heel stays on the ground. Next block of exercises is for the lower body. First one up is single leg glute bridge. So find your mat or your towel, lie on your lower back. Heels are about touching distance away from your bum, so not too far. Lift one leg up, keep it straight if you can, and then we're going to push that heel down into ground as we raise our hips. Hold for a second at the top, back down. Before we go, make sure that our belly is tucked in. Lower back should have no gap, so I can't get my hands through here. No gap between the mat and your back. Lift your leg up, push that heel down into the ground. Try and keep your hips level. So don't let them sway this way, keep them level, drop back down. So for split squat, 2 feet apart, we're going to drop straight down and straight back up, but we're going to go with control with a pause at the bottom. So straight down, pause for 1, 2, 3, push back up. Make sure that when we're dropping down, our body doesn't tilt forward, so we're trying to stay in this straight line. Imagine there's a pane of glass in front of you and you can't tilt forward and hit that. Pause at the bottom, push straight back up. Alright, single leg arabesque. So this is for our glutes and our hamstrings again. So you're going to be on one leg, running position, so one knee up. We're going to tilt over, so we're hinging at the hips. This leg goes back as far as you can. Pause for a second at the bottom, and then we come back through. How far you go will depend on your range of motion and how tight your hamstrings are. If you can only go this far, if that's all your hamstring allows, that's perfect. Come back up. What we don't want to see is you rounding your back over. So make sure that back stays flat. Tilt over towards the ground. Feel this in the back of your hamstring. Come back up. Last one in our lower body exercise group is our squat with a pause at the bottom. So make sure it's really important on this one that our hips go back and our knees don't drift in towards each other. So from the front, sit back, pause for 3, 2, 1, push up again. How far you go again is dependent on your range of motion, okay? So our ankle dorsiflexions are going to help with this movement. From the side, sit those hips back, pause at the bottom, 3, 2, 1, push up. So we're going to be starting our push-ups from an elevated position. If you're comfortable with a normal push-up on the ground, fire straight ahead, but we want to make sure that our form is really good on this. So find a bench, tabletop, anything like that, a couch that's about this high, so about this high where I'm going to use the wall. Similar to a plank position, start here, so we don't want to see any sagging tummies. Nice straight line, glutes are engaged, core is tight. We're just going to drop our head down towards the bench and back up. Make sure that these elbows stay close to the body, so we don't want them flaring out. Stay nice and close. So this movement is going to be for our shoulders and the muscles across our back. So whenever we're doing this, make sure that we're squeezing these shoulders together. So you should be able to see that scapula move closer together. So you're going to be lying on your front, down on your mat, we're going to make an IYTW shape. So starting in I, Y, T, W. So it's important that we try to keep our arms elevated, so don't let them sag down through the movement. Keep those up. Y, T, W, back to start. So working on our shoulder stability for this exercise. High plank position, glute engaged, core is tight. We're going to take our right arm, reach under, grab the ball, bring it to the other side, right arm goes back. Left hand, reach under, grab the ball, bring it to the other side. What we don't want to see is too much rotation through the hips, so try and keep those as stable as you can. Bring your feet wider to make it easier, narrower to make it harder. So make sure we're trying to stay as still as possible as we reach for that ball. Next exercise is our side plank, so for our lateral abdominal control. So really, really important for fast bowlers and for cricketers in general. So we can either go 2 feet out, which is the harder version, or if you're new to this exercise, we're going to start with our knees together and go from here. So just a smaller range of motion. Make sure that we're pressing this hip up towards the sky as high as you can. This arm can come up or stay on your hip, but we want to make sure that we're feeling it through this side. Elbows on the ground, nice straight lines. You can see from the front. Straight line from head, shoulders, hips, all the way through to feet.